believe I can fly. Oh, I believe I can touch the sky. Think about it every night and day.
Good going.
Spread my wings and fly away. Oh, I believe
Where?
I can fly. Wow.
Where?
R.
Said
Kelly.
fly
It's a beautiful
away.
song.
Yeah, it is. Indeed.
So this is a video on public speaking fear, science behind public speaking, stage fright, and how to overcome stage fear.
That's
what we're
right.
going to talk about, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's my pet word, yeah.
Okay, here's the first question. What do you do in the morning of your speech and presentation?
I play with my butterflies in the stomach.
How do you play
What
with
about
them?
you?
I try doing certain things. That's why I was singing the song. So I try singing good songs to uplift my mood. And I try to take light breakfast, protein-rich breakfast, so that I could feel light. Right? What most of the people do, they eat heavy
Full of
breakfast.
carbs, yeah.
Yeah, full of carbs. Especially on the day of my speeches and presentations. Then I don't anticipate much and I don't expect much. But this doesn't happen overnight. This requires certain practice. What do you do?
Well, I introspect. What are the two things I do have in my hand that I can handle perfectly fine? Is that the content? Is that the audience? Or whatever it is? That's the first thing. Second thing, I do retrospection. But retrospection of only those presentation or those speeches where I was the rock star. So when I think of that, automatically I go in that zone where I, know that who I was. I was the superstar standing on the stage. So in fact, I truly believe feeling, changes everything. What you feel before reaching on the stage. Do you feel like, already you have won? The competition, the championship, or that public speaking, right? And the third and most important thing, which I believe I didn't mention before, I accept whatever it is when I go on the stage instead of comparing it. One of the Shah Rukh Khan's dialogue, which I truly liked, and I always say that, don't try to be somebody else on the stage, because be yourself, because rest of the places have already been taken.
Be yourself. That's a wonderful dialogue. So before going on to the stage, you do these certain things.
Yes.
So feeling is important, as you said. But what about this fear, right? We all get nervous. Every time I get nervous, perhaps every time you
Your
get
confidence
nervous.
is really contagious. So how about you talk about this first?
Okay, I believe that, let's talk about a science quickly. There's this amygdala, right? This amygdala, this produces the fear. This is just a small shape, almond type shape inside a brain. So what happens, fear reaches this amygdala in 12 milliseconds.
Oh.
12 milliseconds,
And if I'm not wrong, I read somewhere that fear is fear. It doesn't differentiate between good fear or bad fear.
Or
right?
rational fear, irrational fear.
Irrational fear, yeah.
So it reaches our amygdala in 12 milliseconds. And I believe that's good. That's why we are able to recognize life or death situation, right? Immediately we get afraid when we are about to die. Or if we are standing in front of the moving bus.
Instinct.
Yeah, that instinct. If we are standing in front of the moving bus, so we get afraid.
Yeah,
because
that's
we
right.
don't want to die. So what we do, we stand aside.
Yes.
So fear is important, but yes, this irrational fear, this can be tackled with certain strategies.
So how to tackle that fear? Like, see, reaching on the stage, what happens is you get the butterflies in your stomach. You feel fearful, right? And as you said, that amygdala, that cannot differentiate whether this is good thing or a bad thing. Fear is fear.
Fear is fear, yes.
Right. So how to tackle that? How to tell that stupid part of the brain that, this is good thing. This fear should be there. It's just that I need to tackle it. Right? It is not the same fear as standing in front of running bus.
Yes,
so
of
how
course.
to tackle that?
So how to tackle this fear part inside the brain, especially when this is irrational fear. And there are certain strategies for that. So before discussing these strategies, let me tell you a few things. Basically, we have inherited this fear from the cavemen, right? Of course, we are Homo sapiens.
Right.
Earlier, we were in jungles. So we have inherited this fear. And as we were discussing that fear is important, somehow we need to differentiate between rational fear and irrational fear.
That's right.
And before discussing all these strategies, can we take a quick break? And after this break,
For sure. I'm actually looking for something really valuable here.
something
Yeah.
really valuable is coming up. We assure you of that. So let us take a quick break.
Coffee break.
Coffee break.
Yes, before going on a break, you said you are going to tell us the way to control our fear, to get rid of our fear, whatever you call it. Yeah.
Okay, the most important thing that we must understand that we don't have to be fearless, right? If we become fearless, we'll become stupid. Because most of the times we'll be doing all those stupid things, life-threatening stupid things, right?
In fact, I believe fear makes you take a right decision sometimes.
Yes. All these inventions have happened because somebody was afraid to do certain things. And we then, since we were afraid, necessity begets invention, and all these things happen. So fear is important. Now the point is how to control these nerves. The good news is everybody is afraid.
So it's fine. There's nothing alienated here. Yeah.
Yes, you're not an alien. These guys, I'm talking, not you.
Yeah.
You're a fantastic public speaker. You're not an alien.
This point should be noted down in the history of mankind. Yeah. Okay.
That Kushi Singh is a fantastic public speaker, right?
Go on. I'm liking it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, go
Everybody's afraid, and that's a good news. Now the bad news is we'll always feel some kind of anxiety. Some kind of anxiety, that's for sure. But yes, certain things can be tackled in terms of public speaking. We can appear more confident, we can deliver better presentations, we can deliver confident speeches. There are certain ways. Let me tell you 3, 4, 5, 6 things. 3, 4, 5, 6 things.
All
three
right.
things?
You tell
4
3,
things?
I'll tell you 4 and 5th and 6th.
Okay. I believe first we expect a lot.
Yeah.
The biggest expectation we have, whether we are going to be liked by the people or not.
That those 4 people who judge all the time.
Wo 4 log, right?
And you know what the problem is? It's not that all the time in terms of public speaking, those 4 people always judge you.
Yes.
It's just that it is in your mind that people are going to judge you. The expectations,
As we keep saying that, people were judging you, they are judging you, they will always be judging you. So expectations most of the times hurt. In terms of public speaking, these expectations are going to hurt for sure. Like, we prepare something else, we deliver something else, and then we wish that we could have done better. Right? So expectations always hurt. So first and the foremost thing, you do not have this expectation that you want to be liked by your audience. It's better to focus on your content and tell yourself, I just want to share something important.
Right.
Second, anticipation. One of the most unfortunate gifts we humans have got?
We
Anticipation.
a lot.
And most of the times we anticipate terrible things.
This is a boon, at the same time it is a bane, right?
Yes. We anticipate terrible things most of the time. What if they don't like my speech? What if this happens? What if that happens?
Yeah.
Come on, nobody's going to kill you. Nobody's going to get you arrested. We have
That
talked about
doesn't-
this, right?
Yes.
Nobody's gonna hurl eggs and tomatoes. So it's okay. Do not anticipate much.
Be in the present.
Be in the present. And this is just a conversation, right? You are here on the stage. In fact, that's very important for your career. If somehow you become fantastic public speaker, you get great career.
If you can fool your brain about it.
You don't have to fool your brain, and sometimes you gotta fool your brain. You're right, but there are other factors as well. We are gonna talk about it. Then we were talking about this anticipation. It's about practicing and rehearsing properly as well. Most of the times what people do, they practice at last moment. They do not rehearse it properly. Of course, if you're not well prepared, you're supposed to get nervous. It's for everything. It's for everything in life. So they don't do this. then what I do, since I was saying that we all get nervous, I also get nervous. Perhaps you also get nervous at last moment.
Everyone gets.
I simply use these two words. So what? Let's do it. So what?
All right.
So this so what really helps. That was loud, right?
What if that happens? So what? It happens. Shit happens. Every and now and then shit happens.
Okay, Charles Darwin once said, my will and reasons were powerless against the danger of that imagination which had never been experienced before. So basically he wanted to say, we are afraid of newness.
Yes.
Newness, right? That's why when we come on the stage for the first time, we're the most nervous.
Yeah.
Yes, we can be nervous when this is a 10th speech or 50th speech, but in that case, if we are not prepared or we haven't done proper rehearsal, these can be the reasons. But in the beginning, newness basically makes your brain afraid. So it's about newness. Now the solution is, you gotta get experience.
That's right.
You remember that Sanjeev's case, right? Pep Talk Skills course student. He's doing better because he has got experience. Since you take so many public speaking sessions, you know about these cases. You know so many students. So what do you think?
You see, it's all about action. People want to know all the tips and tricks and almost everything, how to work upon it rather than taking some action about it. So it's all about experience, what you accumulate, what you keep, in your hand to talk about, to think about it whensoever you go on the stage. So, and that's the same story with most of the students here as well. What happens is they wish to know all the tips and tricks. They keep on finalizing the individual time with you all the time. Okay, can we sit together? Can we discuss, the problem? But they never actually they never take some reasonable and measurable action about it.
Action plans.
Yes.
So, yes, you're absolutely right. Most of the people, they do not have action plans, right? They want to know everything, but they never want to take any action.
Yes.
And if you're not taking any action, this public speaking fear will always remain the same.
Public speaking is not about talking fear and how to work upon it. It is about experiencing it.
Exactly. It's about experiencing it. As we were discussing, this newness makes our brain afraid. So you're going to get as much experience as you can.
Human brain, what I think, it might not be true, but what I think is human brain is lazy. Human brain doesn't want to take action. You gotta force yourself to take action. So
exactly, you gotta force yourself, as she said, and you're absolutely right. And there's one more thing, most of the people are afraid of embarrassment. That if we forget our content, people make fun of us. Okay, if they are making fun of us, at least somebody's laughing because of you, right?
Yeah.
They're not trying, look at his speech, it's so boring. Nobody does that.
And the most difficult job in this world is to entertain.
Yeah.
And if you can entertain by making mistakes, that's well and good.
In the beginning, we might make mistakes, right?
Yes.
So, do not anticipate much, do not expect much, especially if you're new.
Yeah.
If you're naive in public speaking, if you're a rookie.
Don't compare yourself directly to the people who are fantastic public speaker,
Of course. As we were saying, all the great speakers were bad speakers at first.
Yes.
So when they started their speeches and presentations, they were also nervous. They made mistakes.
It's like coming up with so many flop movies before giving the blockbuster hit.
And experience is the best teacher.
Experience is the mother of public speaking.
Experience, yes. So if you want more solutions, we have fantastic course, Pep Talk Skills course.
That's right.
In this course, we talk about public speaking, all the insights. You're going to practice on the stage because we have our own auditorium.
Yeah.
Fantastic auditorium, right?
Now, in fact, when an environment changes,
Precisely.
the mindset changes.
The mindset
right?
changes. And public speaking is one of the most important things to be successful. You cannot delay it any further, right?
So come down here, meet us, attend our classes, know about our courses in, of course, our website, www.peptalkindia.com. And yes, you can also call us on our number. See you.